2 in the morning, rest is getting harder.
Hello, welcome, Devil Sniper here, episode number 2 of Saving Sampdoria. Before we get fully into this episode, what you'll see in the background now is just the results from all the friendlies. Obviously, I simmed them, I didn't play them. This Friday, there's going to be a video coming out that's going to be updating you on career mode, where we stand with the career modes and what's actually going on, because I have a huge amount planned. I will still do my ultimate team, but not as much or not as frequent. Don't get me wrong, there will still probably be 3 to 4 videos a week for ultimate team, but there's going to be so much career mode. You guys are going to be absolutely loving it. If you love career mode, of course. If you don't love career mode, you'll probably be slightly disappointed, but you won't be overly disappointed. Anyway, that's enough about that. Check the video out on Friday. Let's get into this. Promotion long shots Sampdoria believe they are ready. Well, they predict that we're going to finish 9th in the table, which is not the position I really want to be finishing in. I want to be finishing either 1st or 2nd would be an absolute dream, but I will take the top 6. Promotion is our biggest goal this season. You know, it's the main goal we have at the end of the day. We want to get promoted. We want to get up into Super La Liga 1. And starting to make some progress. Now we have a little bit of an offer coming from Leicester City. Now I've done this half-hearted because I don't want to sell the lad. He's 21 years old. I know he's rated 68, but he really does look half decent. So I thought to myself, do you know what? At the end of the day, the max value is 2.1 million. Let's put in a little bit of a 5 million. Let's just test the water. If we get 5 million, fantastic. If we don't, I'm actually not bothered. As you can see, we don't get the money, which is good. I was actually quite chuffed about that because I felt really bad by doing it. I was like, I don't want to sell him. Why am I doing this? Anyway, first game is up, and it's Aston Villa. And as I said in the previous episode, we are doing this on world class until the players get some decent growth. In my West Ham career, I've had 4 seasons, so bear that in mind. I've had 4 seasons of absolute wonderful growth with that team, and I know how they play inside and out, and hence that's why I've made the step up to legendary. Even though it's one of the most frustrating steps up, you have to concentrate so much more. It's ridiculous. Let's not worry about that. Let's worry about saving Sampdoria. And half the problem is, as you can see, the stadium. It's half empty. Well, it's not even half empty. There isn't even 3,000 supporters in the stadium, which is heartbreaking. The financial issues we've had over the last 2 years have devastated not only the club, but the team. And it's going to be really, really difficult to bring this side back to greatness, because not many top stars are going to come to a team that is not filling the stadium week in, week out. And that is what the storyline is going to be all about. The struggle we're going to have is going to be epic. And I've got to say, our goalkeeper, I know he's our sort of backup goalkeeper, but he worries me. Why didn't he not come out and handle that? And I know a lot of people are going to say, come on, it's Italy, it's the Italian league, it's what they do, it's continental football. Fair dues, but Jesus, he worried the living crap out of me. And what you can see is, well, that was actually a decent save. Aston Villa are utilising everything against us. They realise our back four is not the quickest in the world, it's not the most agile in the world, and it hasn't got great balance. So all they have to do, put their foot down and breeze past them, which is really, really frustrating. Our gem in the pack is definitely Poli, but Pedro plays some nice football. The passing game with this team feels very, very comfortable to me. Very, very nice. It's very, very slick. You have to concentrate a little bit more because they haven't got the greatest touch all the times. That was a very silly ball. But look at this. Great play to get the ball back. But look at that long ball over the top. Albongnahor looks offside all day long. The referee doesn't blow for it. The linesman doesn't put his flag up. And that was a simple finish after 28 minutes, which is a hammer blow in the home game. The first home game of the season to go behind after 28 minutes was devastating. Absolutely devastating, but I've got to say Villa really played so well, utilising that pace all the time. And look at this, you just know it's going to be a hard season when your opponents knock the ball around for fun, absolutely for fun. It's not as if we have enough to contend with. You know, we've come out of a really bad patch financially. We have barely any money to invest into new players. And Aston Villa are knocking the ball around, taking the absolute George Michael out of us. Again, a great ball over the top, really utilising the fact that we're having to drop deep to defend, which is frustrating because we have that lack of pace. We've got to drop them extra few yards deep, which is frustrating. But it's one of those things. So we went in at half-time, Sampdoria 0, Aston Villa 1. Not going to take it away from Villa. Great goal from Albongnahor. But we've got to step it up. We've really got to take chances, take some risks. I've got to see what this team can really do. And Pedro shows me what they can do. Give him a yard. and he will take it, and that is an absolutely crackerjack finish. He really does look sensational to me. Hopefully he's got a lot of growth in him. Hopefully he's going to become a little superstar, a little diamond alongside Andre. I mean, his little pace, that little burst there, that sudden burst, bang, go! And that shot was brilliant. And bearing in mind he's 20 years old, we've got plenty of time to see how he actually grows. As I said, the one thing I do love about this team is the passing. There's our diamond. He is fantastic. And there's moments in games that you know you've got to take those opportunities. You have to take the opportunities. We failed to take that opportunity. Again here, I mean, look at the movement. Great movement. Maxi Lopez sticking it on his right peg, having a nice little crack, but it's an opportunity we really needed to take. And when I say we really need to take, look at that. What the freaking hell was our defender doing? The keeper comes hammering out. And unfortunately, Wyman slots the ball home to give Villa a 2-1 lead in the 90th minute. And unfortunately, we lose our first game of the season. Am I disappointed? Of course I am. I really didn't want to start the whole series, the whole new career mode, the whole fresh blood on a loss at home. I probably could have stomached it better if we lost away, even though it would have been still hard to stomach. I then decided to sim the Capital One Cup game against Stuttgart. And guess what? At home, we lost. How frustrating is that? I did change the team up quite a bit, to be fair, to rest some players, because I knew we had a big away game to Salzburg. And I knew it was going to be a very, very tough game. The one thing you will find with Salzburg, they're well organised, they have good movement, and Alan up front is an absolute little beast. And as you can see, they just picked up a 2-2 draw with Aston Villa while we were playing against Stuttgart, so I presume that was their Capital One Cup game, and they lost their first league game to a team I cannot pronounce for love nor money. I think it's Legia Warsaw. I cannot. That's going to be a head fuck all season. Let's be honest, that is going to be a very interesting pronunciation. But as you can see, their movement was so bright early doors. 8 minutes gone, Alan punishes us for some sloppy defending, and I will take that one on the chin. It was sloppy defending, and that is down purely to my inability to defend with Sampdoria at this moment in time. And the problem I'm finding at this moment in time, I'm lacking the ability up front. Hugely lacking up front. Massively lacking up front. I need a player that is not your stereotypical go-to everyone buys, but I want someone who's agile, who's got half-decent finishing and can take long shots. That's my sort of scenario of a player. I like players I can take long shots for. If I can find another player to come into midfield, it'd be fantastic, so I can take some long shots. Andre is going to be fantastic, or Andre is going to be fantastic in the centre of the park. I prefer him as a cam more than a CDM. The great thing is Pedro can play a cam and a CDM, and obviously Andre Poli can play a cam and a CDM. As you can see, Maxi Lopez goes huge for me in the 45th minute with a beautiful left-footed goal. If you watch his control of his left foot, I'm not 100% sure if this was true control or just a bad bloody touch. I'm unsure about this guy. I really don't know if I like him or loathe him. And as you can see, half-time was Salzburg 2, Sampdoria 1. Not doing very well at this moment in time, which is very frustrating because the team actually feels really nice to play with. I mean, look at Del Silvestre running down that right wing. This guy he's just like a tank. He's an Italian tank. Brilliant. Nice ball into the back post. Should have been a simple header in, but unfortunately they cleared the ball. And again, we're making all the right moves. A great opportunity. A little bit lucky. The shot gets sort of half deflected. Easy clearance. When they start to hit us on a counter-attack, and that's the biggest problem. It's the fact I am having to play slightly defensive and drop my boys deeper because they lack that pace, and I'm struggling up front because my boys lack that agility, and unfortunately we lost 2-1. So the task is to find me a decent striker and perhaps a midfielder, because I've got faith in the back four. I've got faith. So it's more like a